Hey, this is Dayton Deschamps. You're listening to Pat's Cast with Kevin and Chris.
And we got a fight inside the Prince Albert line. Chenier drops the gloves with Dayton Deschamps. Deschamps trying to spark his team. Ace Eglin to the blue line. McNutt takes a shot, scores! It's deflected home, and that fight by Deschamps will spark this Regina Pats team in a huge way. Zach Moore gets a piece of it. McNutt for Regina takes a shot, loose puck in front, and they score! It's Matt Peranich getting the loose puck and firing it home. Mays again behind the net. Up top, Matty Peranich. Right point, one-timer, Hamilton stop, rebound, scores! It's Julian Mays, and we are tied! How about that? Middle point, Peranich, Fawcett left circle, fire, stop, rebound, scores! Zach Moore on the power play, and Semenuk on a backhand block. Move down the ice, 2-on-0 for Regina. Cameron Kuzma driving in, he shoots, scores! Cameron Kuzma gets sprung on a breakaway. Beautiful shot over the shoulder past the blocker of Hutchison. He's up top for Regina. Shoots, is wide, rebound, score! That one will count. It's Zach Moore.
Welcome to Pat's Cast, the unofficial Regina Pats podcast. It's March 9th. It's episode 199. Chris here, Kevin there. How are we doing tonight, Kev?
All right, I guess. It was the tale of two Pats teams this week.
Yeah.
The good, the
and
bad.
not so good.
Well, I
And
guess
the
it was
ugly?
three teams: the good, the bad, and the ugly. Because, yeah, the Saturday night game here was not a good game.
The
all
Friday
around,
night
I
wasn't
don't think.
bad.
It wasn't good either, but it was at least
Yeah, it was at least
respectable.
competitive. Yeah, it was a
It was
competitive
respectable.
game. Yeah.
But after the PA game,
I had a little higher expectations.
I had hopes, and it was not good hockey to watch.
No.
But-
But Saturday night's got to be one of the worst games I've seen in a long time.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
it's unfortunate. It's getting to the end of the season. They're just playing out the string, I think, and the losing
know.
is starting to play on them, I guess.
But you look at Wednesday night, like, yeah, it didn't spark until, the Deschamps fight, and then they scored 3 goals in the third, and like there was some life there, and it just, I don't know. Like we said before, they've played up to better teams, and they kind of play down. Not that Musha is below them by much anymore, but like it just seems like they can't bring it on with these teams.
They're consistently inconsistent,
Yeah, for sure.
and the youth is showing, but it's
Yeah.
not really a good excuse, I guess. But it's the end of the season. They're starting to, I don't know, mail it in, I guess now.
Yeah, it's hard to say. It's kind of like last year, that late road trip. Like you could see it kind of just spiral out of not control, but just spiral down, right? So
It just started. Yeah, I don't know what.
yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, so PA. I mean, you like you said, you go down 3-0, and you're like, it wasn't the worst game.
It was. I was like, not again. Once they got the third goal, I'm like, not again,
Yeah,
because
I didn't think
3-0, 5 minutes into the second period, I'm like, oh no.
But yeah, Deschamps steps up, fights. Who do you fight here?
Ollie Chenier.
Chenier, yeah. So, but yeah, he kind of took it a little bit, but that kind of got them going, though. It actually worked, right? And more scores, and Peranich gets a nice rebound. He pinches in, and Mays scores with the net empty, right? And take it to overtime, and then you take it to a shootout.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, Pats have beaten PA in a shootout before, but not tonight, or not that night. But it is what it is in the shootout, whatever. So, but yeah, I mean, like I said, it wasn't a bad showing at all. So,
Definitely not.
then you're thinking, coming into the weekend, you got Moose Jaw. Okay, well, home and home, back-to-back games. You're like, okay, well, split is fine, kind of thing. But the Friday night game. Again, the camera, I don't know what's going on there. Live barn single camera thing was happening again, and
yeah, half the game was shot from the stands. You could see the whole rink. You didn't know what was going on.
yeah, it's kind of, I don't know what's going on with Moose Jaw there. They've been struggling with stuff. But yeah, I mean, you give up a late goal. It was 2 goals. It was the first one. I can't remember the first Paquette goal from the point, like just 2-point shots. That and the Ness goal, just kind of eluding, just going through a crowd and eluding Huey, like just kind of unlucky goals, right? Like, so it's unfortunate there, but you get a goal from Kuzma. It's a nice little, basically a breakaway, nice little snipe there. So
yeah,
nice.
He showed some wheels and got quite a nice one.
Yeah, so again, the 16s, flashes of impressive play. So nice to see. Yeah, I don't know, and then just couldn't get anything late in that game.
Nope, they just couldn't find it.
But yeah, and then the Saturday game. What's that?
They had quite a few shots in the Friday game, but not a ton of quality chances, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't.
And the ones they did have, Hutchison stopped, no problem.
Yeah, I don't really recall a lot of high quality scoring chances on Friday.
No, not really.
But yeah, and then the Saturday game, like I don't know, just nothing went right. Like
no.
Start the game off with the guy scoring his first career goal. Like that's not a great start. I can't remember if the first more goal, was it after the zipper goal or not? I don't know. Either way, the one that got called back. So I mean, once you watch the replay, you're like, I thought it was like, yeah, that's not a goal.
It's hard to tell from the replay.
It is,
but especially when you're watching it on the big screen. If you're not actually watching it on like a little TV where you can actually focus on it.
And that's the thing though, like it's so hard. Like the net's not even in the shot. Like really, or like the angle's not good, so you can't really tell if it was above the net. You just got to basically go off the player. Like, okay, it was around his shoulder blade, so it's got to be higher than 4 feet, right? So
yeah, he was kneeling down, and depending on where he touched it and how he touched it, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't.
So it's it is what it is. But I mean, not that goal would have turned anything in this game.
Well, you never know. You never know.
Maybe not.
But still. A 7-1 game is a 7-1 game.
I can't remember which. I must have been this in the second period, the Lakovic power play goal. Pats had a really good power play right before that, I believe. They had one good power play, and then Moose Jaw scores on theirs right after. Like it just didn't go their way at all. Like nothing was working, unfortunately. I mean, Pine gets the hook after half the game.
3
basically.
goals.
Yeah. And
3
then Huey
goals.
comes in and gives up one on the first shot. And I'm not saying it was on Pine or on either of them or Huey and stuff, but like
it was a dud of a game.
Yeah.
I think all the players could feel it was a dud, and it was unfortunate that the goalies had to
eat it,
get lit up.
Yeah. But yeah, like you look at it, Kelton made 9 saves. Huey made 8 saves.
And both faced 12 shots.
Yeah, not a great night for the GAA.
No. Save percentage and goals against average.
Yeah, both. They were doing a little better lately, but yeah, that doesn't help. But
yeah, until this game, like they've been playing really strong. Both of them have been playing really strong lately. But this one was just not. Yeah.
No. And then Brad said it was everybody. It was a whole team.
It was a team effort.
Quote unquote effort or lack thereof, right?
Yeah.
So
but for the losses, it kind of like I'm not too disappointed. I'm disappointed in how the game went on Saturday.
Yes.
Friday, whatever, it's a road game. But to have a dud, it was like a dud fest on Saturday. But it's keeping the Pats close to the bottom and giving them higher odds for number 1.
Yeah, right. I said after the game, I'm like, I don't mind the loss, but it just didn't like the way they lost.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So, and yeah, like you're talking about that's the upside to losing, and then giving up 2 to Moose Jaw. Moose Jaw is only 3 points back of the Pats now for last.
Yes.
Really jumped Moose Jaw up that they gained 4 points, right? So there is that side of things. I know it's not on the players' minds and stuff. Like, yeah, obviously they know about it, but they don't want to go out and just lose games, right? That's not.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not what they're
going to
for.
play.
Yeah.
To whatever ability they have left in them for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
There's 6 games left, and we'll see what they've got.
Mm-hmm. For sure. So, yeah, I don't know. It's a pretty light week. Not much to say. I mean, the playoff picture is almost not set, but almost figured out. Seattle and Wenatchee are basically battling out for the final playoff spot in the West. So if Current hasn't clinched yet, but they're going to clinch any day now. Next game,
yeah, they need a point or Red Deer loss is a clincher for them. So
whenever they play next is kind of going to happen there. So and then it's just seeding because it's the bottom half of the East is pretty tight.
Yeah, it's up for grabs.
Yeah, even the whole Eastern Division basically. Because PA's in second, but they're only a point up on Saskatoon.
And Brandon.
And Brandon, yeah, there you go. So first place
it's
in the East is kind of a nice spot.
Grabs.
Yeah, because you get that 2-hole in the conference, and if you don't get it, you're sitting at 6 or 7.
And
so
Calgary's only 2 points out of first in the conference.
There you go, yeah, right.
And with 2 games at hand against
2 in hand. Oh wow, I didn't notice that. There you go.
Yeah, Medicine's played 64.
Calgary's
62, so
8-0-1 right
yeah
now.
they're on fire. Medicine 9-1, Calgary 8-1-0-1, so
yeah, so both are hot.
And Lethbridge too, well they're 6 points out of first, but they're 6-0-1 in their 6-0-1 in their last 7 too, so
yeah.
nothing's for sure other than probably Swift Current finishing in 8th in the East.
Yeah, I mean they're only 4 back of Brandon and Saskatoon, so it's not.
Yeah,
for
exactly.
Sure
so it's not for sure, but
no. I think the only for sure thing is Everett finishing first in the West. I think that's. There's 6 up on Spokane with 5
games left.
Maybe that's not a for sure, but
exactly, it's not a for sure.
Spokane's 8
and like
the past
first
10
BC.
Yeah,
Prince George and Victoria are tied, 82 points.
Yeah,
so there's a lot that can happen in the last couple of weeks of the season. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
It kind of sucks the Pats aren't battling for a playoff spot, but they got their own battle right now. So
yeah, but yeah, just like the East, the West, you want that 2 spot, or else you're sitting in 4. Yeah, you're definitely not. Portland's not catching 4. So
yeah,
but
it's going to be an interesting last couple of weeks for most teams.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, like I said, it's unfortunate the Pats aren't in it, but it is what it is.
Like I said, they have their own battle right now. So,
yeah, into next year, and hopefully they can build off this, all these young players, and hopefully they can, take a step next year.
One thing with our interviews, it seems like they're all positive and they all think that they're going to be okay next year. So
yeah, hopefully. I mean, you got to think that way. So
yeah, but they'll be a year older. They'll be a year wiser.
Yeah,
hopefully. And most players, you think when they get a year older, they progress.
Yeah,
and not take step backs or whatever. But most, you'd think most would.
No, for sure.
You expect them to. Like, who knows how big of a step, but they should all take a step at least somewhat.
Yeah. And like I said, you're not going to lose any. You're only losing your 220s, and you're back in one of the goalies, right? So
yeah,
it's going to be pretty much the same team. You think? Who knows? I don't know if Al's going to make 18 trades again or whatever.
Probably not 18 trades, but there'll be some moves probably made.
For sure.
And with the uncertainty with what's going to happen with the expansion.
Yeah.
They're for sure, for sure, or whatever. It's interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of getting late in the cycle for them to announce that for this coming season, right? Like,
yeah, because it's the first part of March, and the prospects draft is usually like in May. So it's like a month and a half ish, 2 months at the most.
And we got talking, like, they got to build a team. It's not like the Wenatchee situation where they just took over Winnipeg. They've got to build a team. So usually you get advance notice, right?
Usually it's like they're announced a year ahead of time.
Yeah. I mean, they are an established team per se already, but they're in a different league and a different level. So it's going to be interesting. Like, by most sounds of it, it's like a done deal, but it's still not official, right? So
it's unofficially official, I guess.
Be interesting to see what happens and how that plays out with the draft lottery and such. So,
and like the import draft and stuff too.
And the import draft, and
I think it's the WHL's turn this year. So will they get first, or will the last place team get first and they'll get second?
Yeah,
the second WHL pick.
So fourth overall.
Lots of questions still to take place.
All right. Well, you got anything else from this week? I mean, there wasn't much to talk about, unfortunately. But yeah, so we'll move on to this interview. Got Dayton Deschamps. Didn't get quite as much out of him as we had the last couple guys, but you can tell he's a little more shy and stuff. But still a good interview.
I don't think he hasn't done much media. I don't think so.
Not at all. But neither has Jace or Matt. They haven't done much either. But just different guys, right? So
different personalities.
Yeah. So
I enjoy sitting and chatting with these guys. It's interesting to see how each one of them reacts, and like some are more set to be, they're more professional, quote unquote professional, and other guys are laid back, and others are just a little bit
nervous
on the nervous/shy side. So it's good. It's good though.
No, it was. Yeah, it turned out good.
All right, pleased to welcome on number 38 defenseman, Dayton Deschamps of your Regina Pats. Welcome, Dayton.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming on tonight.
First question we usually ask everybody, born and raised?
I'm from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. Been there my whole life. First time living outside of there.
There you go. Your family, you got any siblings?
I have one older sister. She is 19.
19, all right.
Is she into sports at all?
She used to play lots of volleyball and basketball when she was in high school, but now she's just focusing on school and work. So
nice. She's in university?
Yeah.
Didn't get into university sports or anything?
No, she's just kind of focusing on her schoolwork and getting that done.
Growing up, was hockey like the main sport you focused on, or did you play other sports before you got into hockey?
Hockey was always number one. I've played a lot of sports throughout my life, but it's always been hockey. Like, I've played lacrosse, baseball, football, so I've been around, but hockey's always been number one.
Nothing else could compare to hockey, right?
Oh, God, no.
So when did you first lace them up and start playing hockey?
It was a long time ago, back when I was 3. My parents always have this video of me at my first tryout, and my grandmother in the background just laughing because I kept falling, skating up and down the ice. But
so how influential were your parents getting you into sports? Obviously, they got you on skates pretty early. Were they pretty gung-ho on you getting into all sorts of sports?
Yeah, they wanted me to be an active kid, but they wanted me to know that it was up to me what I wanted to do, and I had that choice, which I'm thankful for. And they always paid the money for me to be able to do this.
Yeah, I know that's a big thing these days, right?
Oh yeah.
Have you always played defense?
Yeah. Even in initiation, I think I was made to be a defenseman because I'd always hang around the net. So.
Ever play goalie?
No, that was a no because my dad was a goalie and he didn't want me to be one too.
Okay.
He didn't even let you do that like one game in novice thing?
No, I don't ever remember being a goalie.
No. Okay. Growing up, who was your favorite player?
Zdeno Chara. I'm a big Bruins fan, so
nice.
It's always been Chara.
So right now, who do you emulate your game after? Do you have one specific player, or do you have multiple that you take pieces from?
It's more or less lots of different players. Like, I like watching McAvoy, but also I like watching players like Trouba, who love the physical game, which I like to do. So just trying to take bits and pieces from everybody's game.
Keep the elbows down, though.
Oh yeah.
So in minor hockey, what's one of your favorite minor hockey memories?
Probably just, it sounds cliche, but just meeting so many people. Like there's guys that I met long time ago that I'm still friends with, and one of my best friends I played hockey with when I was very young, and then I'm still friends with him to this day.
Nice.
So fast forwarding a little bit, what were your thoughts going into the WHL draft?
My expectations were pretty low because I was just happy to be drafted. I was just sitting watching in class watching it all unfold, all my buddies getting picked. I was just hoping my name would come, and I'm happy it did, but I wasn't really expecting to go too high or anything.
So it wasn't you had some conversation with some teams, or just kind of the general questionnaire stuff?
Yeah, just the questionnaires. I didn't really have too solid of an idea of where I was going to go.
So when Saskatoon did pick you, what were your thoughts there? Hometown team, right?
Just shocked, really. I was like, couldn't believe it. I would have never guessed to be drafted by them, so that was cool.
And shortly after that, you got drafted by L'Orange in the SJHL.
Mm-hmm.
What were your thoughts with that? Were you expecting that too, or?
That one I was more expecting because the head coach and the GM of L'Orange helps out with my midget AAA team that I played for.
Oh, okay.
So I had a feeling I was going to go there, and I was happy I did eventually.
Good.
So then that fall you joined the Blazers. That was a pretty solid team.
Oh, yeah.
What was that experience like, that whole season like?
Oh, some of the funnest hockey I've ever played. Just playing with those high-level guys and watching them play is honestly just mesmerizing.
You guys make a run all the way to TELUS Cup. You win a bronze medal. What was that experience like going out to Quebec, I think it was?
Yes. Never done anything like that before. I never had to hop on a plane to fly somewhere to play hockey. So it was, all in all, an unbelievable experience.
Yeah. So then next year you play again with the Blazers in another really good season. But how tough was that loss to Brandon in regionals?
Still salty about it. Still
1-0 in overtime.
Yeah.
Right?
Even when we play Brandon today, because the top three guys that were on that Brandon team last year are pretty much a line on Brandon this year. So it's always better playing those guys.
Yeah, for sure.
So going into last season, you hadn't signed with the Blades. What were your thoughts when all of a sudden your name was out there being traded to the Pats?
Honestly, I remember it like it was yesterday because it was December 31st, my dad's birthday. So it was a nice birthday present, I guess. But it was weird getting that call from the GM telling me I was traded because I've never experienced anything like that before. So at first I didn't know what to expect, but I'm glad it happened.
So then just 2 weeks later you signed with the Pats. Kind of what was the thinking there? It was pretty quick.
I was just on cloud nine because our team was doing good. I got to sign and have a chance to play in the dub, and it was just couldn't be any better.
Okay.
What was your experience like getting called up to L'Orange, playing those handful of games up there?
Those were really fun. It was cool experiencing that junior level of hockey, how different it is from midget, just the speed and all of that. It definitely helped out my game a lot.
Yeah, definitely get you experience coming into the Pats camp here.
For sure, yeah.
This fall. So what were your kind of thoughts? I don't know if you looked at the depth chart. Obviously, there's quite a few D-men leaving the team after last season. So there's some spots open. What were your kind of thoughts heading into camp?
I didn't really have. I was hoping I was making the team, but I was also preparing if I didn't. So I was just coming to the camp to work as hard as I could, and it ended out working. But I was also prepared if it didn't.
When did you find out you made the team?
It kind of just, I figured it out on my own, just seeing the guys leave and me be still there. And it was kind of cool that I was able to last this long still.
Nice. So playing this season, what was your welcome to the WHL moment? What was that one thing there that was like, yeah, I'm in the WHL now?
Probably my very first fight. It was kind of, I've always been the physical guy in midget, taking all the penalties and stuff and being in the scrum. So being able to fight somebody and be able to get back into the game 5 minutes later is pretty cool.
Who was that against?
Patrick. He was on Everett, but he got traded, I'm pretty sure. I forget to where.
And we got a fight inside the Regina zone.
You
First
asked
career
for it.
fight.
You asked
Dayton
for it.
Deschamps drops the gloves with Andrew Petrick. Petrick gets the first shot on him as they battle inside the Regina zone. Here they go. Couple of rights from both counterparts. And now the linespersons will come and break it up. A quick but solid tilt.
Dayton Deschamps drops the gloves right there, trying to get his team going, and a spirited bout between the two. Both get a couple of shots in, and obviously in a place like Regina, the fans love to see that. A lot of people are on their feet tonight.
What's it like playing with a bunch of former teammates on the Pats currently?
Makes it's really cool because I never thought I'd be playing with Reese again, because that's cool. And then Braden, we'd always talk about last year how BD partners this year and how cool it'd be to play together again. So it's really cool.
It's kind of neat to have a bunch of Saskatoon guys here too.
Oh, for sure.
Even if you're not teammates before, you guys you've known them probably for a while.
Playing against them, and Zach Moore playing on the contacts, those rivalries would get pretty heated.
Yeah, that's a pretty heated rivalry, right? That's Regina doesn't have that here, right? It's just the one team.
Yeah.
So.
Any significance to the number 38?
Just the number that was handed out to me, and
that seems to be a common answer lately.
I mean, I'm not complaining. I wore 3 my whole career pretty much, like in minor hockey and in midget, and 38 has a 3 in it, so I'm happy with it.
Cool.
I think I might stick with it.
Nice. There you go. Yeah, a little different number.
So. And it is 2 3s facing each other.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So once your hockey career's over, this may be a tough question, especially for the young guys. What's something you could see yourself doing after hockey? What interests you maybe down the line?
Well, my mom has always told me to think about a plan of going to school and all that to have in case hockey doesn't work out. And planning to be an engineer, like going to university to become an engineer. So that's something that I'm looking forward to do because I like that kind of stuff.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Do you have a billet brother?
Nope, by myself. I got 3 younger billet siblings,
okay.
So they keep me busy.
Who are your billets? Give them a shout out.
It is Jared and Courtney Lacoste. Jared is our team chaplain, and they are very nice people.
Awesome. So what do you like to do in the summer? Like your summer off ice activities? What are your interests?
I love to golf, and I love spending time at the lake with family and friends. It's can't beat it.
What kind of TV shows, movies are you into right now?
I'm not a big TV show guy. I can't watch a whole season. But movies, I think I get it from my dad. I like to watch lots of random stuff. He's watching a movie every other night, and I think I've kind of picked up on that.
You got lots of time on the bus to catch up on a few movies,
for sure.
Yeah.
What about music? What are your musical interests?
Lots of country. Lots of country.
Is that a new thing, or was it country growing up too?
It's more or less been for a while now, because my mom would always play music when she's cleaning the house, and it'd always be just random music, but there'd be lots of old-time country in there, and it's just...
So you listen to more older stuff, or do you listen to newer stuff as well?
Bit of both.
Bit of both, yeah. Okay. What kind of car are you driving these days?
I'm driving a Chevrolet Equinox. It's my mom's old car, my sister's old car.
Just getting passed down the line, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Are you a cat or a dog person?
I'm going to say both, because I have a cat and dog at home, and they're both awesome.
Good answer. Hey?
Oh, yeah.
Got both.
Your tape job, you have any superstitions with that?
Not overly, not like some guys do, but I like to keep it the exact same every single time, and but how I got to it doesn't really have any significance. It's just got to be the exact same.
Okay. You have any other kind of superstitions or just routines?
I try not to, but it's more or less just routines that I try to follow and stick to. But every now and again, I notice myself slip into a superstition where I did this when we won, so I got to do it again.
What's your favorite bus activity?
Probably hanging out, like playing games with the guys on the bus. You make memories on there, and it's really fun to do.
You're not like a TikTok scroller or anything like that? Like some of them?
When everybody's having their downtime, I definitely don't shy away from it. But
nice to just, that's how you guys bond, right, on those road trips. Like, that's how you guys get close, right? So, jerseys, what's your favorite? The blue and whites or the red and whites? What do you like?
I really liked our white alternates. Those I thought were really nice jerseys. Kind of sad we aren't wearing them anymore, but I love those ones.
Well, one more question before we let you go here. What does it mean for you to play for the Regina Pats?
Oh, means the world, really. Like, even just playing in the dub, I never thought I would be here because I'd go to Blades games with my dad and my family back when I was younger, and to think now that I'm on the ice, like playing in those games, it's surreal, really.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your time tonight.
Thank you for having me,
thanks,
guys.
Dayton.
All right. Yeah, it's a pretty good one there. We already got another one for next week in the bag. So, but yeah, any closing thoughts? I guess we haven't really talked about the week ahead.
Got 3 games this week. 2 home games and a road game. Tuesday here against Saskatoon, Saturday against Speedy Creek, and then Sunday in Saskatoon. They're playing for positioning.
Yeah, like we said.
As are the Pats.
First place is still in line for Saskatoon.
So hopefully we get at least 1 or 2 good games. Like, if they don't win, they don't win. But I just want to see good hockey.
Yeah, competitive. Just not getting blown out.
Not just showing up, skating
going
around,
through the motions.
and yeah. Watched too much of that at the end of last season. That once that U.S. trip, like we said, happened last year, it was done, and we were done. Everybody was done.
Yeah, no, you just want to see some kind of competitive games, like the talent's there. Just got to work on it. They got to get things figured out. Just try to score some more goals. Obviously that's the biggest issue, is putting the puck in the net.
Yeah.
And just find some progression for next year, right?
For sure.
So, but with that, if you got nothing else, we should get out of here.
It's going to be a nice short episode, so
yeah,
we won't bore people anymore with what we have.
Exactly. Yeah. Hopefully you enjoy the interview. So been getting lots of positive feedback from those. So that's kind of basically what we're basing these episodes on, is these good interviews. So we'll get out of here, and I'll see you at the rink this weekend.
Take her easy.